Hello, everybody. Am I in focus? Probably not. How you doing? I hope you're all well. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Dean the Vaping Biker. Apologies for that little foo-foo at the front of that end then. I was trying to move my windows and I moved an overlay instead. It was all problematic. Anyway, how are we doing? How's the sound? We okay? I've done a couple of things, moved things around the studio a little bit, so I've got a little bit more access, and jobs are good. And so hopefully it all sounds good. If this is your first time here, then the way this works is I'm going to I normally spend the first 10 minutes, but it might be 5 minutes or so tonight because I want to hit this and hit it and quit it again. So hopefully around about an hour and then we can go. So I might cut that down to 5 minutes, but I don't expect as many people would be in this evening anyway. So excuse me, we'll have to see how we get on. So if you're watching this on replay, just skip 5-10 minutes and then we'll be into the vlog. But thank you so much for joining me. And sorry I couldn't do a Monday Night Live last night. It had to be tonight, unfortunately. Am I a little bit quiet? If I turn that up like that, is that better? I think that might be better. So yeah, apologies for not being live last night, beyond my control, unfortunately. So let's get stuck in and do what we do and say hello to a bunch of you in chat. I haven't moved my screen, so I've got to look over here. I apologise. I don't like being rude, but let me know who you are, where you're from, and what you're vaping on. That would be splendid. Right, let's get stuck into this. Just scroll up a little bit and see how we get going on here. So we've got Dominic is in, Evening Dean from Cold Dundonald Ayrshire, vaping on my custard light with a Citadel with some Granny's apple pie. Very nice too. What have we got going on here? Paul Sykes, hey Dean, trust you well, fella. I'm from cold and wet Sheffield, still vaping on my Proton. Fantastic. We've got Lynn Smith, good evening Dean, vaping tonight, vaping a nice mouth-to-lung setup, Pravari 2.5 with a true RTA. Ooh, that's a little bit posh, isn't it? We've got Lois is in, saying hello to everyone else but me, but I'll leave off. Nice to see you, Lois. Got some 4%ers in. We've got hello, says Raj from Cheshire, vaping on the Hellfire 18350 and the Dwarf mouth to lung. Fantastic. A bunch of people saying hello, so hello to you as well, John Muller and Jibby Jeffs and Daniel. Nice to see you, my friend. Thank you very much for coming and joining in. Hello from Australia, says Gaz, Andy Fairchild or Church, Julian, what? I don't know what this means, but I'm going to put it up anyway. Hi from scorching Cape Town. Hi. And lucky old you. It's nippy AF here, although not as bad as it has been. Look at that, look. Todd's in the bath. Well, that's lovely. Favourite couple watching, Steve and Helen in Rugby. Hope you've recovered from the pepper sauce from yesterday. I'll tell you guys about that a little bit later on. And yes, I have just about. Thank you very much indeed. We've got Robert Holman coming in from New Mexico. Exactly, DNS84. Completely, and yes. What else we got going on here? Hi Dean, greetings from Nottingham, vaping a recurve on top of a Rage mod. Very nice little setup you got going on there as well. Good evening from Eaglesham, vaping on a Citadel on an RSQ hot seat squonker. That's a very underrated little regulated single battery squonker, the RSQ. I do think that was great. Here we go. Here's the first one though, proper vaping. Hazazita, greetings from VA, vaping on a Basium. Good stuff. We've got Christopher Davey. I'm vaping Custard Dreams on my Snowwolf M-Fang. Fantastic. Evening Dean from Northern Ireland, vaping on my Runt Arc with Armour and Nata. Very nice indeed. Hey mate, here in Tunbridge Wells, vaping on the Drop Dead and the Basium. There's another one. I love you. Bearded Viking Customs. Boof. The man that made those, you can't see it. The man that made the skull things. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. We've got good evening to you as well, Ian. We've got good evening from the Netherlands, vaping on on my EVM and Skyfall, says DNS84. We've got the Stormbreaker and old VCST for me, says Lucas. I'll be interested in your thoughts on the Stormbreaker in a little while. I'll be talking about that for sure. We've got Own Comforts, vaping the Black Plague with silver contacts, banging, contact cup rather, banging. We've got Heather is in from Asheville, North Carolina. We've got good evening, sir, from Lassie. Weather is absolutely horrid in Helsinki. Vaping on my Vindicator tonight, fantastic. We've got Richard vaping on the Profile RDA with some cheesecake from Italy, fantastic. We've got James coming in from London, vaping on Pop Spoiled Sweets. Fair enough too. Hey, what? Not saying I'm old or anything, but, you know. What else have we got going on here? We've got Stephen James from Emsworth on the G-Class with a goat. We've got the double barrel with the Boreas, one of them, with 8mm matching colour matte black. Fantastic. We've got Derry is from Tipperary. CGAT vaping on top side with the recurve on top. Fantastic. We've got Dave Wright. What's the time? We've gone past the 5-minute allotment. Bugger. Runt V2 C-roll, Y-mod chroma. I've got my C-roll. I coiled up my C-roll this evening, and a bunch of others. There we go. We've got Viv in the house as well. Lovely to see you, Viv. Skyfall with lemon crack. Can you put? Oh yeah, it's a glass tank in the Skyfall, isn't it? Fantastic. Sounds good. We've got another Basium. I've got to show that one. Look at that. What, Gareth? You got taste, my friend. You've got taste. We've got another one. Look, Mick's in the house. Mick, hey, nice to see you. Thank you very much indeed. Rarely. Nice to see you, Alex. What else have we got going on here? Vaping on my mag with the Freemax Pro mesh tank. We've got a bunch of you in. But thank you so much for joining me. I'm not going to be able to go through everybody this evening, but how's the sound? Is that all right? Have I pointed the mic properly? Is it sounding okay? Have I knocked anything? I think it should be sounding okay. So fingers crossed. A bit of product placement right at the start there. Look. Tickle the wick mug. Get yours on vapingbiker.co.uk in the merch shop. Right, let's get Brad's message off the screen and let's get going. I've got a monster spot happening, which I probably shouldn't point out because everybody is going to stare at it now. But yeah, that's a thing that's happening. Now then, what have we got? I've got a few things to cover this evening. We're going to start with having a little bit of a chat of what I've been vaping on. We're going to move into a new product, the Stormbreaker. We're going to have a chat about that. We're also going to have a chat. I'll just do a quick show you on what I got in the Zamplebox because I showed you guys last month as well. So I'm going to show you that. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time going through a bunch of juice because I only got it the other day, so I haven't worked out what I like and what I don't like as such. So you'll see that in upcoming reviews. But I will remind you again later on, as I said last week, we are going to be going from the Monday Night Lives to rather than every week, we're going to be doing them twice a month. So it'll be the first and the third Monday of the month, and that starts this week. So first Monday of the month, well, Tuesday of the month, and next week isn't one because I'll be doing a review instead. All right. Excellent. Good. So I will remind you about that later on. Why didn't I do the Monday Night Live last night? I had to go to hospital, have some scans, had some rough news, took a while to process, couldn't do it. Was in hospital super late last night anyway. So it didn't happen. So couldn't do anything about that, unfortunately. And it also stopped me getting the review out that I was starting yesterday, which is super annoying. But, you know, shit happens. Move forward with a smile on your face. So what have we got going on now? I've got cameras happening. I've changed my desk around. The camera was over there. The camera is now over here. I'll probably take the lens cap off They tend to work a little bit better that way. I've got no idea if we're going to be in shot or what things are going to look like, but let's give it a shot, shall we? Let's give it a look and see what goes on. If I press the magic button, whoo-hoo-hoo, look at that, look. Out of focus, but, you know, and it's a tidy-ish desk. We'll say that. Focus back there, look. Focus around about here. So what have I been vaping on? I have been vaping the heck out of my Titan with the Gear RTA on top of it. That's been going fantastically well. Got a couple of VTC 5As going on in there. Loving the old school Titan still. Can't put it down. Love it a lot. And the Gear RTA, like you know, I'm not a tank guy, but as far as things go, whilst this is a little bit on the noisier side, I mean, if we give it a toot. If they did a V2 on this, I would absolutely love it if they did like a diffused airflow. At the moment, you do have, let me see if I can show you. So if the, wrong way, Dean. See if I can show you this. Hold you on. Do I need to put no, that's the wrong way. Let's do that, shall we? The airflow holes, there we go, boof. You can see those airflow holes at the bottom, kind of, if I'm in focus. And it would be fantastic. The problem with having black on black, isn't it? It would be fantastic if they were not just big day great holes. If they were like diffused in some way, that would be absolutely superb. Way, I've got to figure out which way I'm going round now because I'm kind of all arse about face. So I was doing it with the other hand. But yes, if they did like a diffused air holes on the side there to help quiet it down a bit more, I think that would be really, really good. It could be a fantastic tank if that was the case. Alex is saying it's only noisy due to your wicking. Yeah. But I'm having a jolly good time with that. Now, what else am I rocking at the minute? I'm rocking a Basium because it would be rude not to. And I've got a recurve honking on top of that bad boy as well. Now, this drip tip from the lovely David Mottram organised that one. But that is meant to go alongside my Fine Mods custom that I had made last year. And I've still not done a video on because I'm a terrible person. But no, that's been getting some use as well. But no, I've been rocking the Basium. Single coil going on in there. 55.5 watts. 0.28 on the coil. And that's going rather well. And in here, so you know, I am rocking some Dis 1 because the wonderful Dean from Coil Vapes sent me some of this bad boy, the Carnival Celebration. It does have a tint of cinnamon going on, but it's not too heavy. I can't really do too much cinnamon because if I many issues, but if I have sort of an angry cinnamon flavoured juice, I get huge acid reflux. It's really unpleasant. But this, I've actually been able to vape this quite a bit. I only opened this like yesterday, I think. Or no, I didn't. Oh, I opened it on Friday. I do lie. Was it Friday? Saturday? Friday. But I've gone through probably about 10, 15 mil of that so far. And I'm having a jolly good time with it. I still prefer the original Dis 1. But this, it's not too angry. I saw Grim talking about it, and I think he said that it was like super cinnamony or something like that. And no, I don't think it is. I think it's a perfectly acceptable amount. This would have been perfect in the UK around Christmas time. I think it kind of gives me that kind of warm kind of thing. If you have a not a mouth to lung, but a super restricted lung hit going on, so you get a nice warm coil going on there as well, then it really it helps it's just nice. Do you know what I mean? Does that make any sense to anybody? Possibly not. But, you know, that's where I'm going with that one. Now, what else we got going on? We have got the double barrel still, and I am rocking the Paradox that was sent to me by the gorgeous Mr. Mottram as well. On top of there, the Paradox by Vandy Vape. I do need to change the coil out on this one quite significantly, but I'm still constantly shocked at how smooth the airflow is on here. You've got two little holes either side of that large hole with a channel going through the middle, and basically that just means that you have a really, really smooth kind of airflow going on, which is lovely. 56 watts, 0.26. And very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. So that's what's going on there. Now then, something I introduced you to last week, I've been testing the tits off of, and that is this. Now, a couple of people weren't overly keen on the look of this. I disagree, and I think it looks awesome. But this is the Pure BF from BD Vape, which is an offshoot from Fumitech, and this is I'm really enjoying it. This is a Pure, and I've got the C-roll on top of there, so it's a nice, cheap and cheerful RDA sitting on top of a mod that, in my humble opinion, looks a lot more expensive than it actually is. But I've really been enjoying using this. I have put the darker color bottle. It comes with a white bottle and a dark bottle, and I've been throwing this one in as well, just to see what it's like, And in case you missed this last week, one of the good things I think about this, which is great, is to fill this bottle. You just pull that bit out like that, and then this top section, that top section comes out. Where's the focus? There it is. The top section comes out, fill it up, plonk your juice in, and then you just bosh that on top again, and everyone's a winner. Now then, I managed to, it's over the top. It's over the top. Now, one of the cool things about this is that you can actually put the bottle in backwards. So if you want to, you can kind of block off the bottle so it faces inwards, so you don't accidentally press it in your pocket. And if you do end up putting it in your pocket, it doesn't have a lock. But obviously, if you back out the screw or the threading underneath there for the battery, then it won't fire. So it's still doable, and you're not going to accidentally squeeze it in your pocket. But that, hopefully, I will have a review for this coming very, very soon. I think it's really cool. The Ultim button, or the Ultim looking button, I don't know if I love that, to be honest with you. I don't know if I love that. But as far as comfort level for my Andy Pandies, I'm firing it like that. I'm firing it like that. Finger firing it, easy access to the bottle, or thumb firing it and easy access to the bottle again. And I'm just having a sterling time with it. I really, really bloody like this mod. Anyway, so that's that. So let's have a little look and see what we're saying in chat while I take a sip of coffee. Didn't get any cinnamon from Carnival. Well, there you go. There you go. We disagree. I get that vibe. I don't know if cinnamon's in it. I've not looked, but that's the sort of thing I get from it. Any arcing on the switch? I had for this, I did have a different contact on the inside, and I did have a little bit of arcing going on that one, but I don't think the contact, and I'll go through this in the review, the contact didn't make a comfortable enough connection to the 510, but I changed it out with the spare one that you get in the packet, and I've had no issues ever since. Give us a close-up of the gear on the back with the Union Jack. It's just a bunch of stuff. I might do that. I might do that next time. I should probably close that drawer. You can't see this, but there's a cupboard thing here, which is a cheap and cheerful thing from IKEA. Stained the fuck out of it, and now it looks rather nice. Anyway, with the C-roll sitting on top of it, that coil came through about 0.24. Doing a grand job, and the juice that I've got going on in here is this puppy. This one is one of the ones that came out of my Zamplebox, and I'm having a jolly good time with that. It's a little bit. This one is a little bit on the kind of the I don't want to say chemical, but it's not kind of like a super sweet kind of vibe going on, but it's pleasant enough. It's pleasant enough. Anyway. Let's have a little look. I didn't have a look to see if there was any other questions. Legion Vapes is in. Hello, Legion Vapes. How you doing? Nice to see you. I don't think there's anything that I need to answer for the minute. I will obviously answer any questions that you may have at the end, as usual. I apologise for my hair. I look a bit of a mess tonight. Getting it cut on Thursday, so that's very exciting. So now I think we've got the big beast. We've got to have a little bit of a chat about this. This puppy. If you're a Vapers Cloud fan. If you like your excessive and bonkers things, if you like hoof and great big massive atomizers that you can't fit on a bunch of mods, if you like just a bunch of power, then and if you like the hog that Vapers Cloud came out with, then I think you might like this. Let me show you a little bit more about what I'm talking about. Now, this puppy here is full of fingerprints, but this is the Stormbreaker, and this is from those wonderful people at Vapers Cloud. Let's get my cup out of the way. There's product placement, and then there's just taking the piss, isn't there? So yes, the Stormbreaker from Vapers Cloud. Now, this is a triple 21700 fully mechanical device, and all in parallel as well. So obviously being in parallel, what you've got when you've got anything in parallel, and this is kind of why I've been enjoying using the Titan again, because it's been a while since I went just sort of unregulated parallel, is because you get more bang for your buck. When you've got parallel batteries, then essentially each battery kind of takes some of the strain, so to speak. So when you use a regular mechanical device with, say, a single battery in it, if I put a 0.13 or a 0.14 coil or in an atomizer on top of a single battery, that might drop down to, I don't know, 3.6, 3.7 volts, something like that. And I can't work out what the wattage is with that, but if someone wants to do that, that'd be splendid. But about 3.6, 3.7 volts with a 0.13 coil, and so you do miss out on a bunch of power. Now, obviously, there is always going to be some voltage drop in the mod, but also it's the battery sag. When you've got a single battery that's got a massive current trying to come out of it, then it makes the battery sag. It doesn't give everything that it possibly can do, and that gives you kind of a little bit of a weaker vape. Not necessarily something that you may notice straight off the bat, but certainly as you vape, that it becomes more noticeable. Now then, when this arrived, I unboxed it for my patrons, and I had a few rips on it and had a nice time. And then I got the voltmeter out and thought we'll have a little look. And it was a super rough test. And I only, at that point in time, I only had some Advocacy 21700 batteries charged up, so I threw those in here. So I threw the voltmeter on here to see what it was pumping out with a 0.13 coil. That was coming through at 3.96, 3.97, I think, which works out to be like 120 odd watts, something along those lines. And I must admit, I vaped on this a lot on that day. Was it yesterday that it came? Was it yesterday? I think it might have been. I vaped on it hard yesterday, and when I put the batteries back in the charger, each one was reading between 3.7 and 3.8 volts. And that to me is fantastic, because if I'd have gone through a single battery for that kind of vaping time, particularly with a 0.13 going on in there, then that would have had a serious kick in. As it was, I got a good amount of power, because that power is shared out amongst all three batteries. Plus, you do get a honking fantastic amperage availability. Now, you're not tripling your maximum amperage, but you are increasing that ability. So if you are someone that does a lot of kind of boutique-y builds, ribbon wire cores, you've got kind of multiple cores going in Claptons or whatever else, then something like this could work out really, really well, because it's got the power to push through those coils, but it'll also cope with quite a low resistance, although obviously you do have to be safe. Now then, Dino 0.13, 117 watts. There you go. There you go. I was close enough. But no, as it is, these have been vaped on pretty hard. Have I got juice on there? I need to put some juice on those fuckers. But on the top of here, and I noticed that someone asked for a size comparison, which I will do shortly. But just to show you, I've not gone crazy. These are still the coils that I put in yesterday. And you can see that I've burnt those. Just a couple of spaced Clapton coils, and juice-wise, I am rocking something else from the Zamplebox, which is a Rogue Sucker Punch. This one is is this one of the peachy one? I think this is the peachy one. I can't remember. We'll have a look in a minute when we look at Zamplebox. But yeah, let's get some juice on here and we'll give it a vape and a half. So yeah, it's the Valhalla that I've got sitting on top of here, which is a 38mm atomizer. A fair old bloody size. This mod will cope with a 40, but there is a shoulder on the top of it, and where it's sort of slightly chamfered, and as such it will kind of overhang that chamfer just a wee bit. But let's get this on top of there. I'm going to close the airflow down a little bit. Oh, I've got juice everywhere. I'm like Todd, I've got juice everywhere. What a messy boy. And let's see how much punch is left in these batteries, shall we? Which is not fucking bad, by the way. That is not too shabby. Clouds for days. And I wasn't doing one of those YouTube reviewer little pussy clouds that just kind of goes so no, I really like it. Now the Valhalla RDA, honking great big thing, nice smooth airflow. You can have it wide open, and when it's wide open, it's really wide open. But no, it looks really nice on here. But let's have another vape, and then we'll go and have a little look see at it close up. As I did mention, though, this isn't for you people that like small mods. This is for you people that like dirty great big mods that are just completely unnecessary, but a little bit on the awesome side. So when we've got a size comparison, let me get that focused in, shall we? Some of that there. So let's put it next to a Basium. It's a bit bigger. Not going to lie. That was the wrong way. Let's go that way. Yeah, so you can see the sort of the size difference we've got going on there. If I put it next to a double barrel, you know, we haven't got one sort of closer and one further away. They're all up in front, and you can see that we've got sort of a fair size. So it's not something for those people that like a small thing. In fact, let's put a Titan next to it. There we go. But you got to remember there is 3 21700 batteries going on in here as well. So inside the bottom of that is just going to piddle juice everywhere. Inside the bottom of that you can't see because I've not got my lights sorted out. This is just going to hoss juice everywhere now. I've over dripped on it, but it's got a little jobby under there. Pull that out. 3 batteries all the way in there. Contacts going on the underside, as you can see. These 2 contacts, these smaller contacts, they actually grip on, or they contact against these 2 screws here, which allows you to complete the circuit. And that's it. It's super simple. It really is super simple. Now, when it comes to the button press, it is quite a significant button press. It's not just a kind of a little kind of delicate little button press. You do have to give it some beans when you're pressing that in, and there is quite the travel when you press that in as well. However, having said that, it makes sure that you don't kind of pocket fire it. It would be a beast to put in your pocket. Now, this would look sexual, wouldn't it? But it is a beast. I'm looking forward to putting a smaller RDA on it during the testing process. This, I think I'm going to aim to get the review out on this maybe next Monday, maybe Tuesday, and we'll see how we get on. And this one will be around about the end of this week, start of the following, I think. Both mechanical devices. Obviously, there is certain wear and tear things that can still go with a mech, such as things like it's a manually adjustable 510 as well, by the way. It's not a spring-loaded 510. But no, all in all, it's a beast, it's big, and I like it. So there we go. How does it match up to the top side? Well, the top side's dual 18650, and it's a squonker. But let me see if I can answer that question for you. And I can. And I can, because that's how prepared I am. Right, hold on a second. Let's go to the down below camera, and there you go. So when it comes to the sort of the shape and the size, you can see actually, you know, it's not too far away from the well, I suppose it is. It is wider. I'm lying to you. It is wider. But you know, it's a beast. It is bigger. It's not a squonker, and it's you know, different. So it's not really a fair comparison, but hopefully that will give you a little bit more information on that. So there we go. Would you butt it up so we can see? I've just hopefully I've answered your question. Hopefully. But yeah, I mean there is a difference. If you went kind of like sideways, like this kind of vibe, then is similar. It's not far out, to be honest with you, but it is bigger. But then again, it's got 3 dirty great big 21700 batteries in it, so you know it would be, wouldn't it? Pardon me. Now then, what else have we got going on here? Is the Vindicator the best 21700 mech model? Depends how you vape. If you think it's the best, then yes. Yeah. Different people like different things. There isn't mods and vaping is like cars and car fanatics. Everyone likes something different. There isn't a best. It just depends on what you want to do with it. So there we go. Now then, let's have another little vape. I'm going to have another vape with this. But yes, you will go through juice at a fair rate of knots with this big bad boy. I do think that, like I say, I think it works with this. I don't generally tend to do massive, great big builds. So it's not lost on me, but yeah, it's not something I have to worry about too much. Is it regulated? No, it's fully mechanical. There we go. So there we go. Right. I've got condensation in my nose hairs. I'm getting old. I'm 45 this year. What's that all about? I know. I look way younger. I get you. Right. So yeah, that's that. It's a beast. I can't remember how much they are, but I know Evolution Vaping has done I think they were doing a pre-order over the weekend, or they're selling them. So go and check out evolutionvaping.co.uk. I don't know about anyone else. I've done nothing to look for them as yet, but I'm sure they'll be around where your local, your favourite supplier of Vapors Cloud stuff is. But yeah, I triple 21700 is going to be big. I think whether they could have made it a touch shorter, I don't know. But one thing to be aware of with this one as well is because 21700 batteries can change in length. They shouldn't do, but there are different length 21700s, and I think we've seen that more so with these. There's been more of a variation in 21700s than there ever has been in 18650s, in my humble opinion. And so because of that, if you need to adjust for battery rattle, which you shouldn't do, but if you do, you bend up the contact just a little bit. You sort of pry it up a little bit. And that's what... I'm not picking my nose. I'm not. I've got an itch. I promise. There we go. So yeah, you hoof up the contact a little bit. So there we go. Jobs are good. What are we saying? Video is 8th. What are your thoughts on pod systems? If they help people get off cigarettes, crack on. There's too many of them. I know that. I know there's way too many of them. But if they help you, then and also again, you know, if people like pod systems and that's all they want to vape, then more power to them. I say more power to them. When you start vaping, particularly once you get all kind of ingrained within the Facebook stuff and forums and all that sort of stuff, everyone wants the newest, shiniest, spangliest thing. But if you've got something that you're perfectly happy with, then you know, crack on. That'll do you wonders. You know, I would be more than happy with these two and nothing else. Do you know what I mean? Maybe add a tube back on there as well, actually. But there you go. Right. So that is triple series would have been nice. Why? I don't need it. I rarely need dual series, let alone triple. I see no point in triple. But that's just my opinion. Everyone votes differently, and that's all gravy. So there we go. Okay, so the only, and let me know, patrons, let me know if I'm forgetting to talk about something that I've had come in, because I genuinely can't remember. I genuinely can't remember if I've had other stuff come in or not. Oh, the wonderful Stan, who's one of the patrons, did send me a few bits and bobs yesterday, which was lovely. Part of it was hot sauce. He made some hot sauce, and I thought that was a good idea, just to donk that in there and try some of that. That was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, let's have a little look, because I showed you last time. I'm going to give you a quick overview of what came in the Zamplebox as well, and then we can have a little chat about something that has annoyed me. But let's go. I say annoyed me, frustrated me, disappointed me, whatever. But we'll get into that in a little while. It's nothing to do with these guys though. So when it comes to the Zamplebox stuff, I'm gonna. Oh, hey, that's a bit bright, isn't it? Let me do some of that, and let me get my focus ring. Ooh, misses. Bosh, sorry about the banding going on, but there we go. That's the flavours. It's $173.96 worth of retail value, and obviously this is the I think it's the $55 box, is it? Something like that. Now, full disclosure, they did send me this for free, but like I said to you last time, one of the great things I think about these is the fact that you get to try flavours you might not go out and buy. It gives you other ideas about different flavours if you're a home mixer or something along those lines, and yeah, and I like what these guys do. If you haven't seen it, go and check out the interview I did with Chris on from Zamplebox a couple of weeks ago, because I really like the ethos of the company, and I really like what they do, how they pick their juices, what they do to make sure that they're safe, and all that sort of nonsense. So go and check that out if you haven't done so far. But I think these are really, really good so far. This Rogue is jolly nice. That one is one that I've rather enjoyed. We've got a there was a peach one. There was a peach one. Have I not got it in here? I don't think I've got it in here. It might be in the other room. Bollocks. Oh no. Where's the? And there was an orange one as well. Orange appeal. I think it might have been this one. It might have been orange appeal. It's just going to be easier if I... Oh, shitballs. It's just going to be easier if I just do that one. This one, that's jolly nice as well. If you've not tried it, that's rather nice. So, jobs are good. But there you go. What's that? I've been wanting to try Zample, worried it will get way too many flavours I don't like. It's one of those things where you can pick in the menu there, or when you go onto the website and sort things out, you can really hone down what you don't like and what you do like, and so they'll try and work alongside that one. Mrs. Vaping Biker has done a little sort of walkthrough with it and a review on a few of the juices on vapingbiker.co.uk. So if you want to have a little read, go across to vapingbiker.co.uk, look for written reviews, and then click on her face, and it will show you some stuff. But no, I think it's very, very good. It gives you the option. This one, there were a few juices when I first unboxed it. Shit. There were a few juices that I wasn't super enamoured with. You know, I think the first box there was like 2, which I didn't like. This box there's probably, I don't know, maybe 3 that I'm not super excited about. But in Zamplebox's defence, it's my fault because I tried not to be too specific when I kind of entered things on the website, because I wanted to see what sort of things they would throw at me. So because of that, I've got a few flavours which I'm kind of about, you know. But there has been a couple of nice ones. There's been a really nice peach. I wish I could find it. It must be in the other room. Really nice peach one, which I really, really like. But no, I'm having a jolly good old time with them, really. So there you go. Right, I'm going another vape. And yes, and this C-roll still is a bargain, RDA. Love my January Zamplebox. Got sweet fluffy ice cream, Thai tea, and a toucan crazy. Lovely. Just, you know, it's one of those things where you're going to save money, essentially, if you buy juice. And it might kind of give you the opportunity to try a bunch of things that you haven't tried before, which I think is a bloody good idea. Right. I'm going to have a Diet Coke. And I don't care that it's bad for me. Fuck the rules. Right. Okie dokie. So that's that, I think. Let me just have a little look and see if anyone said anything that I need to highlight at the moment. I don't think so quite yet. Nutchunder says, I wish all mods were 21700s with an adapter. I like 21700 mods, but they do make them a lot larger. I mean, for instance, if this was a 21700, it would be sort of a fair chunk larger, and I dare say a bunch of people wouldn't like it. So, you know, it's horses for courses, isn't it? Right. I wonder how many amps can be drawn out of 217. You lassie, you know the answer to that. Go and check out and see what Mr. Battery Mooch is saying. That's find the battery that you like. I've got some 30T. I'm actually going to be trying 30Ts versus 40Ts because we're in parallel and we've got that extra amperage. I'm going to see if I get a little bit more sort of, I don't know. I'm going to see what it's like. I'm going to compare the two, and hopefully when I do the review, I lost it then. How do you lose something this big? But when I do the review, I'll be able to tell you whether I prefer the 30Ts or the 40Ts for it. So there you go. Lois, you forgot to test the sweet and sour popcorn juice. No. For those of you that are unaware, I did get a sweet and sour popcorn juice that in the Zamplebox last month. Did not work out well for me at all. Certainly not in my flavour profiles. It didn't work out brilliantly. But there you go. Dominic tried Zamplebox on 2 occasions. Not for me. I vape custard 99% of the time. Well, there you go. Sparky, do you get your Zamplebox from the States? Yes. Now then. On that, just to make you aware, Mrs. Biker's box came through no problems at all, much the same as last month. Mine took a little bit longer and was held up, I think, in customs. Still came to me, but I did have to spend 13 quid on import charges on that one. So that's just something to be aware of. I didn't the first month, and I think possibly the majority of them go through without all of that sort of nonsense. However, I did on this occasion have to spend 13 quid on import and customs and all that sort of stuff. But no problems with 3 milligram and all that sort of good jazz. All right, gravy. Now then, how are we doing? We're fair motoring. We're fair motoring through this one tonight. So, what is my point of frustration? Well, those of you that may have watched last week, maybe, and I'm not going to kind of go on for too long about this because it really wound me up. But I kind of get it, and last week I did a call out. I wanted to do a video to kind of give vaping a different look, moving away from the tattoos and baseball caps and beards and all that sort of stuff. And I asked for people to send me videos of themselves where they were you know, there was a few things like how long you've been vaping, what got you off cigarettes, that kind of nonsense. And I asked for that to be sent to me, and I was going to put all these things, all these clips together, because one of the main things I asked for is for people to look smarter, you know, look like they're kind of in their work clothes with a suit or a shirt or a tie, or, you know, just looking a bit smarter, because I thought the idea of having a different perspective, we have to look at the optics of vaping, as they say, the image that vaping has. And I wanted to put something together that challenged those, just like a 2-minute video of a bunch, you know, 15, 20, 25 of you guys, saying kind of the flavors that got you away from cigarettes. And well, I put a list up on the last vlog. And you know what? I had 2 entries. I had 2 people. And that was it. So I want to give it hang on. I'm going to, it's necessary, I feel. I want to do a shout out for those 2 people, because I want to say thank you. We've got first one was Mick, so a big shout out to Mick, and also to Charles. Thank you so much for you 2 guys throwing in like a testimonial, a little excerpt of what I asked for. Unfortunately, I can't do the video with only 2 people being involved. It was supposed to. I thought misguidedly that I would be overrun with people sort of wanting to be involved in something positive in advocacy. It turns out very much not. The exact opposite. And that disappointed me a little bit. You know, we don't seem to do a great deal on advocacy in the UK unless we're it's too late. You know, we're at the final hurdle. We're at the final gate, and we go, oh shit, we need to do something. And in that kind of build up to then, the vapors tend to be not that interested. So it saddened me. It saddened me greatly. I'll give it another week. So if you did want to get involved, then by all means go do it. And if I get 15, 10-second entries, then I will throw them together. But please just go, if you are interested, go and check out the last Monday Night Live, and that has all of the details multiple times in it about what I was looking for, because it's just one of those things, you know. It's as vapors, advocacy isn't sexy, right? If you put an advocacy video up, it gets a really small amount of views. And I'm not going to keep banging on about this, I promise. But it's just, you know, hopefully you understand that it's something that I want to get off my chest. When it comes to kind of views and stuff, I did a kind of an advocacy video a little while ago, challenging the thoughts on what was in the media at that time, talking about what was important with facts and figures and stuff and relevant shit. And I tried to keep it succinct. I tried to keep the language to a point that everybody could understand. And I thought, misguidedly, once again, that it might be something that people shared on social media, or it might be something that just kind of helped our cause just a little bit, and I wanted to do it. And it was 5 months ago, and it's got 15,000 views. Now that sounds like a fair chunk of views if you're someone that doesn't really have a lot of views, but my biggest video has got nearly 4 million views. Do you know what I mean? And so it saddens me. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. So yeah, I mean, I wanted to, and it's not about me, but when I'm talking about that video not getting shared, not getting sort of views and all that sort of stuff, it's not about me, but it's just, as a reviewer, if you do stuff that's advocacy focused, people don't give a shit, which is saddening. Obviously there are a select few of you out there that do, and that's brilliant, but you know, I can only talk with my experience, and when it comes to that, it's no wonder, is it, really, that we're getting screwed over. Until we can change the public's perception of vaping, we've got no chance. Brexit or no Brexit, we're screwed. And that, you know, we've got no chance of moving things forward if we don't change things today. So that's it. Right. let's get in and have a little look. I dare say I might have upset some people there, but we'll have a little look and see what a load of people are talking about. Jones and David Mottram, we're probably all scruffy bastards. Viv, no worries. Me too. Completely forgot. Andy, I'm sure you wouldn't want a lorry driver on your video. It's that point of. You should do a short video asking for volunteers. Yes, David, absolutely. But last week, what is that? Like 1,500, 2,000 views on that, and we're looking at 0.2%. No, not even that of those views. So there we go. That's that. Anyway, or is it 2%? No, because 2%. Yeah, it might be 2%. There we go. So no, that's my thing. Should I do another video, a separate video? Yes, possibly. But when it comes to the bunch of people that have seen it already, it's achieved nothing. So am I wasting my time doing that? Do you know what I mean? UK vids only? No, fuck it. Worldwide, everyone. Let's make it worldwide. Let's try and get a bunch of people from the States, from the UK, from the rest of Europe, from anywhere in the world. You know, but just let's do something to try and change the perspective of vaping, because people think we're all scruffy bastards and just going to blow sick clouds and it's all going to go crazy. Whereas, you know, if you go on a thing and say, I quit using, you know, my name's Dean, I quit smoking cigarettes, I quit smoking 20 cigarettes a day by using custard jam flavoured e-liquid, and it's made me feel so much better. I can play with my kids now without dying. Whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's not hard. But there you go. Now then. Right. So, I apologize. I apologize. And the thing is, it's like I say, image shouldn't mean anything. It shouldn't. You and I get that. I have, for my entire adult life, since I was 16, I've very rarely conformed to like fashion or whatever else. And I have looked a proper state in the past. And it's not changed me as a person. So I completely understand. However, the public, if they can see people in shirts and ties, in suits, looking smart, in polo shirts in an office or whatever, do you know what I mean? Just looking smart. It's a change in perception, and that's what I wanted to sort of help fight with. And there we go. So there we go. But right, what have we got going on in here? Is there any? Let me just scroll through. You asked for respectable people, so I was out of the word go. What else have we got? Mark Todd said, I look like a tramp, so I'm out. A little bit. Dominic completely forgot. Raj, sorry, Dean, don't think you'd want me on it. Why not? Okay, he's going to go check out his rest of I write to my representatives every week. Every week I include vaping. For them to, yeah, exactly. There we go. I write to my representatives every week. Every week I include vaping. We can't just sit and wait for them to ban things before we do something. That goes for everywhere. Down tootin'. Absolutely. You get the gold star today, Stephen. That is absolutely right. So yeah, you know, it's, I think that's about it. I think I'm going to have a little scan through these questions now. I get his jeans, decent t-shirt. Yeah, well, you know, we all know what looks smart and what doesn't, don't we? I know the age of social media has taken us far beyond anything like spelling and you know, being nice to people, but we know what looks smart. But there we go. Oh dear. So, whatever happened to 1 billion lives? I think you can do, I don't know if it's relative in different countries, but I think it's available to rent on Amazon Prime. Mr. Nutchunder. I was watching Matt from Suck My Mod, watching his video last night that he made with the producer of 1 Billion Lives, because they're about to do another film based on nicotine. I've got my own thoughts on that, but that's not something I'm going to get into at the moment. I think I've had enough. I didn't rant a little while ago, did I? I just, you know, had a thing. Never even worn a suit. It doesn't have to be a suit. We know what smart looks like. I give up. I give up. Just give up. Right. Anyway. Let's move on to something else vaping, shall we? I don't know what else is going on in the great wide world of vaping. Obviously, we're in Chinese New Year currently, so that's sort of put pay to a lot of stuff coming in. I've still got plenty of stuff to get on with and do reviews on, so hopefully that's going to be cracking over shortly. It's unfortunately a series of events, and you know, when health is shit, you can't do anything. So. Next Monday, the fact that I'm not going to be doing a Monday Night Live is going to give me more time to produce a video. The ones that are on my agenda at the minute are the Stormbreaker, the Pure BF, and the Goat. I want to do those, and I'm thinking about doing a kind of like a pod kind of roundup, if you like, with sort of different pods, like with the Orion Q, with the Inakin DV, with the Artery PAL 2, the little Mino, whatever it is from Coil Art, and just throw all those together and just sort of show people some different looking pods, rather than something that are just you know, dual-ish. Do you know what I mean? So I might do that, because to be honest with you, if I do a single video with one of those pods, about 7 people watch them, nobody gives a shit, and at least if you see them side by side, you get an idea about sizing, and you get an idea about how different ones perform without having to watch a bunch of different videos. So that's something that I would like to achieve. Now, there's a bunch of people talking about things going on, and Dominic, you're a very pretty man. What else have we got going on? Right, anyway. I don't think there is anything else. If you do have some random questions, doesn't have to be about what we've just been talking about this evening, then by all means throw them in there and we'll have a little chat about those before we go. But otherwise, we might be on track for having that kind of around about an hour's worth of a vlog. Because you guys don't mind. I know that there's a few of you that are mad enough to sit there and go, oh, do a longer one. That's marvellous. But I think the majority of you get bored of my face very quickly, and I understand that. That's fine. Have you seen any of the new stuff from Cthulhu Mods? Have done some nice stuff lately. Dan Smith, no, I haven't. I kind of moved away from checking out what Cthulhu was doing a while ago, and I've not really kind of got back in to see what those guys are up to, I've got to say. So maybe I should have a little look about that one. Christopher Davey, how do I send you a video? As I said, my friend, go and watch last week's Monday Night Live. It's got all of the information in it. What I'd like you guys to include is towards the end of it. I think you can scroll through it and wait until you see that pop up. That's what I want. That's what I want. You know, your name, how long you've been vaping, flavour that with quit tobacco, how you feel, and that it's okay for me to be able to use your video in my video. All right. And then you just send the info, or send it to info@vapingbiker.co.uk, or, you know, a Dropbox link or whatever else, you know, and that's it. Whoops. So there we go. That's what we need to do. Todd's Reviews, I paid for 90 minutes. I want more. That bath has got to be getting cold by now, isn't it? If you had 3 bum cheeks, would you have 2 bum holes? You asked that from someone else. I saw that, or someone asked another vapor that recently. Yes, you would have 2 bum holes. Legion Vapes has returned. Dun, dun, dun. I'll tell you what I do want to do. I want to spend some time where I kind of get together with myself and do some sound effects and do some stuff for sort of any super chats that come in, and like have flaming graphics and things and new bumpers and all that sort of shit. But just got to have some time to do it. But when I do that, it's going to be awesome. It's just going to be awesome. Why don't you Instagram that Vaping Biker? I could do, absolutely. But once again, if 2,000 people that watch me regularly can't be asked to do it, is it gonna be, you know? Anyway, there we go. Let's stop talking about that because I will get grumpy. Have you any good custom leather cases or holsters that you can show, tube or box? Yes. Yes, I have. And he's in chat at the minute. Cuz Steve from Heart Leathercraft. Go on to Facebook, HART Leathercraft. And this is one of the cases that he's made. In fact, let's go to that one. This is one of the cases that he's made for me. Oh, wrong way, Dean. Right. And we'll zoom in a bit, shall we? Whoop. And focus. This is one of the cases that he's made for me for the VK530, and they're marvellous, really nice. I really like that stitching, and he'll do stuff for whatever mod you got, and he's a badass. So, and he's a bloody nice bloke as well. So Heart Leathercraft, HART Leathercraft on Facebook. Go and check him out because he did a. I haven't got it here. Balls. He made me a wallet, which was just stunning. So pretty. But no, he does a bunch of stuff. So anything you want, he's the man to make it for you. Go and check him out. And I know he's made Mr. Todd a cover or a couple of covers for billet boxes and all sorts. So, you know, go and check it out. What else have we got? Steve is a wizard. He bloody is. There we go. Look, Mr. Todd has put the link in chat for the Facebook page as well. Thank you very much, Mr. Todd. Kim Svensson, they're not real. Moving on. Right. What else have we got going on here? Is there out else? Let me just have a little sip of Diet Coke. Oh, it's fizzy. I need to vape some more. I have not vaped enough tonight at all. I wish I had. Have I got? Let me just have a look. Hold on. I broke Steve. Look. Oof. It's upsetting, isn't it? Anyway. Dave's alright though. He's up there. He's okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Nope. At the minute, I can't show. Nope, can't show you anything from Mr. Steve at Heart Leathercraft at the minute, I'm afraid. But there we go. There's loads of it, and he's brilliant. I'm still waiting on my Dean and Todd bobbleheads. Do you know what, Trevor? We tried to make that a thing, didn't we? We tried to make that a thing like a year or two ago. Never happened. Most upset by the whole thing. The wife, not that I'm a child, but the wife got me a Ron Swanson bobblehead, which I'm very happy about. So I'm not going to be one of these people that just collects loads of them and all that sort of nonsense. But Ron Swanson, it's Ron Swanson, isn't it? So, you know, it's got to be done. Let's have a little look. Cheers, Dean. If I don't have the mod here, I'll need the mod while I make the case. Absolutely. So there we go. Bosh. I'm going to put that up there like that. Yeah, Steve, if Steve doesn't have the mod in order to make the case for it, then obviously if you send the mod to him, and I mean, he's legit. He's a good guy. He'll make the case for it and send it back, but he'll make it to your spec, which is brilliant. So there we go. That's that. What is David on about? Turn them into newts was epic. What? Looks like Dean placed the Vapes Cloud mod on top of that screen. Could have done. What do we got? Dean, when Todd says he's in the bath, does he really mean he's doing a few lengths in his indoor heated pool? Have you seen him? Does he look like he swims regularly? Dominic, if you had to be stranded with another vape reviewer on a desert island, who would it be? Cannot be Mark. Can I choose TJ? I don't know. I've got a lot of very nice friends that I've made in vaping, and a lot of them are vape reviewers as well, because we've obviously got a common thing. But you don't get on with everyone, and that's one of those things. But no, there are some lovely reviewers out there, and people that I love seeing when we go to events, which makes me sad this year, because I'm not planning on going to any UK vape events, which is a bit sad. But you know, can't do things, unfortunately. What else have we got? I had to look up Ron Swanson. What? Just seriously, you just binge all of Parks and Recreation. The last series was a bit iffy, to be fair, but no, just binge the crap out of Parks and Rec. Ron Swanson is he's the man. He is the man. And also, what's his face, who plays him, is a legit superstar. But there we go. Now, what else we got? I didn't miss it all. No JTH reviews, although we're not far off being done. I'm not going to lie to you. We're not going to lie to you. Trepanning works a treat. There we go. Absolutely. At least don't stand up in the shadow. He's got a point. Cheeky. Okay, I deserved it. I'd give an arm and a leg to go to a UK event. It would be, and honestly, I think, I've talked about this before, but I think the UK events, particularly Vapor Expo in Birmingham, is bigger and better than anything I've seen over in the States. And them's are fighting words, I know, but it looks just like a badass. It's a great event. They're both great events. They do two. They do one in May and the other one in September, October. And, yeah, super good. Super good. What else have we got? Are you getting the Baron RDA from Geek Vape in for review? I don't think so. I don't know. What is it? Is the Baron the one that looks like a Michelin Man? The little, is it that one? Is that the Baron? It's been out for a bit? I don't know. But there we go. Right, what else have we got going on? William Jones, what do you do on your channel? I do reviews of things, William. Sometimes. I sometimes do. I'm getting that in there before Todd does. I sometimes do reviews of things. But there we go. So yeah, it's a shame that I'm not going to go into any of the UK stuff, but unfortunately, things are things. They, I get a lot of, it upsets the illness side of things quite significantly, and then puts me out of action for a couple. I think the last one put me out of action for 2 weeks when I got home, which is just not really acceptable for when I'm trying to put content out on the channel. And I've got a few other things that I'm getting involved with as well. So it's not something that I can really do very easily. Plus it costs a lot. It's not cheap. You get obviously you've got your travel and you've got your hotels and all that sort of stuff, but just being at an event, it costs money. You might want to buy some stuff, you know, food, drinks, whatever. And I don't drink beer, so I'm a miserable old bastard. So there we go. I saw you have an event, but chickened out of approaching. Home comforts. You absolutely should have been. There's no need to chicken out of seeing any reviewer just because they're on YouTube. We're all exactly the same. It's just that my face gets seen by a few more people, and I think it's because YouTube has taken over from TV in a lot of ways these days. That you watch someone kind of regularly, and you kind of you don't put them on a pedestal, but you kind of you think they're kind of famous and all that sort of nonsense. Where in actual fact, there's like at best 75,000 people that know who I am, and most of those don't watch. So yeah, all in all, it's same as anybody else. Although I did get a couple of years ago, I got super gooey when I saw Phil Basardo at an event and just turned into a complete girl about the whole situation. So that was fun. Some reviewers smell better than others. Fact, absolutely. Right. So on that note, I think we're just getting to the point of. I think we're just getting to that point of hang on, no, I just want to answer that one. Ricky's saying, I agree, I'm in the US, UK shows look better, especially if you're into high end. There is UK Vape Jam, which has its kind of modders gallery. And if there is a vape fest, occasionally you get a bunch of things go on there, which are kind of, you get a lot more high-enders go to Vape Fest, but no, for Vapor Expo, it's not kind of restricted to high-enders at all. There's a lot of everything from cheap to the kind of more expensive mass-produced stuff. You know, it's not a great deal of high-end gear at that kind of event at all, and just a lot of really nice people, which is brilliant. What else have we got here? Any recommendations on mouth to lung RDAs that are really available? Grant, I would say really available. I still think the Berserker is a badass little mouth to lung RDA. Isn't there a Berserker 2? Isn't there one of those? Or am I dreaming that? There might be. I don't know. But no, that it depends how tight you like your mouth to lung, doesn't it? I love the D Pro Mini. Whether I would say that's mouth to lung or very restricted lung though, it's for me. It's I think the D Pro Mini is brilliant. You can buy them; they're cheap as balls and really good. Really enjoy them. The C-Roll, once again, a brilliant little RDA. Looks posh as you like. Cheap as piss and great. What was that other one? There was another one that had loads of bits and pieces. Whatever that one was. Really good. Anyway, there's a Berserker 1.5. There you go. There you go. I hate the Berserker RDA. I really liked it, you see. But that's why we like vaping, because we all like different stuff. So that's good. You darn tootin'. We love you too, Viv. What else we got? Oh, look at that. Look. Todd's Reviews give me a pound super chat. Boosh. Add to broadcast. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Thank you very much. I haven't got a noise. Oh, hang on. I've got an idea. If hang on. This is where I start losing people now, because people go, you're not doing anything worthwhile. Why am I watching you? It's absolutely pointless. You're just sitting there looking at your phone. Well, you're right. You're not wrong. Did I actually delete it? I had a soundboard. I deleted it. Arse biscuits. Well, there we go. I'll have to figure something out. There you go. Never mind. Shit happens. What else we got going on here? True RTA is very good for mouth to lung. Okie dokie. Paying for an extra 15 minutes, says Todd. If you squint, it's a Skyfall for the D Pro Mini. Sorry again for interrupting your lunch with Brian, Amy, and Sam at Expo last week. Yes, I'm sorry that I was in the middle of kind of. It was either eating or I was just about to eat or something like that, Raj. I apologise for not kind of wanting to take time. The only time, there's 2 times that I say, please don't kind of, as much as I love seeing everyone, but there's 2 times that I do ask not to kind of get disturbed. And that's when I'm having lunch or peeing. Those are the only 2 times. Because I've had people talk to me when I've got a mouthful of food or in the middle of a conversation at the dinner table, and equally I've had people talk to me while I've been standing at a urinal, which is, let's just say, that's awkward. But no need to apologise. Thank you for wanting to say hello. I was around all weekend, but sorry I missed you there, Rajan. Right, what else have we got? Is there anything else? 4 pound. Oh, yes. Hasta Mini RTA? Maybe. Dean doesn't do tanks. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to tanks, Yeah, mouth slung is tough. I do still use that little puppy from the from Stackquam, which is what? There we go. That one still gets some use from time to time, and that's rather nice. But otherwise, when it comes to tanks, oh, I've got another. That's not really mouth to lung, but I've got another little the little squape, the little colourful squape there. But I've got the two. I've got the 24 and the 22mm Berserker tanks. If I fancy mouth to lung in it, although you know generally I'll probably try and if I want a mouth to lung, I will go with an RDA and a Squonker this day and age. What else we got? Pulse dual or topside dual. I've not tried the pulse, so wouldn't be able to answer that question. Vaping is fine. No, Alex, vaping's not fine. The bum bacteria floating around there, going down your drip tip. I've probably got enough of that in my beard, to be honest. So, but chat on the toilet, got it. Trevor, to be honest with you, if I can hear you when I'm sitting on the toilet, then, you know, fill your boots. And just imagine Dean at the urinal. Oh mate, what do you recommend? Nice shoot, mate, preferably for beginners. It's when you finish peeing and the other person's just finished peeing, and then they try and shake your hand at the same time. That's nope. What about the ORF? The gear? Is that the ORF? The gear? Is that one? It's done by ORF, isn't it? But it's not mouth to lung. Great little tank, but not mouth to lung tank. So there we go. Right, good. I think now we've gotten to the point of talking about weeing. I think that's probably a time to finish things, don't you? So, all in all, we've covered some ground. We've talked about this. I still really like this a lot. I think it looks more expensive than it is. It works well and not perfect, but it's 100 euros. And yeah. "90% Facebook conversation is done with Dean while he's on the job." You're not wrong. That's because I spend 90% of my time on there. I have a Basim. It really is smaller than it looks in pictures. Yes, Gazy covers. It absolutely is. You're not wrong there. But there we go. I think we are good to go. Don't suppose you have any Rebel mods you could show? Specifically the dual 21700 and dual. I do not. So there we go. I had a Rebel mod, which I liked very much, and it was a blue colour, and as the paint was fading, or the dye was fading, it looked like a kind of pair of warm jeans, which I liked a lot. But no, I don't have one currently. So there we go. You and Todd could joint review that mod. We talked about doing a joint review at an event. Never did it. Todd doesn't like me that much. It's but no vaping. Absolutely, yes, perfectly fine to do that. Thanks for the show, Dean, and good to look at that beast of a mech, and it is a beast indeed. I mean, having this dirty great big atomizer on the top of it kind of suits it, but I will be sort of throwing in some beastly builds in here as well, and we'll have a little look and see what's going on. You are going to go through a lot of juice in here though, without a doubt. 100p, as the youngsters say. But no, it definitely happens. But it doesn't help that my grip is shockingly bad. There we go. Just pour a bunch in. It'll be fine. Okay. Right, and on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are coming to a close. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for chilling out with me this evening. Sorry it wasn't on a Monday night, but like I said, I couldn't do anything to change that, unfortunately. Do you ever try the layer cake? Yes, I did try the layer cake. I was going to review the first one, and then I didn't actually press the button there. It was just still vaping from the heat generated when I did it a minute ago. But I did try the leg cake. I was going to review it, and I fed back to the company and was like, oh, there really needs to be kind of a movement in the insulators there to stop people potentially shorting it out by having a leg of a coil touch a post. And they're like, no, it's fine. It's fine. There's instructions on the inside of how not to do that, so there's no problem with it. It's fine. And I'm like, well, it's quite unsafe. No, I don't like it. And then like a couple of months later, boof, there we go, job done. There's a freshly insulated one, which they said they couldn't do prior to that, which it irked me. It irked me greatly. But yes, thank you very much, Kim. Very kind. Let's just do a couple of little things of showing people, saying some nice things. Look, because let's finish on a nice thing. So thank you very much, Dominic. Thank you very much, Kim. Stephen Sudd, have a good night. The Finch, thank you. A hug from Mexico, says Armando. Thank you very much indeed. A hug back at you. Alex is saying bye, and bye to me. So do I not get classed as a friend? Right, okay, so there is it. I got you. Okay then, Raj, good night, you crazy kids. We've got some of those apples. Thank you very much, another show. Much love, gang, and all that sort of stuff. Good. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not going to put everyone up. Right, that's enough. I'll be here all night. Thank you so much for watching. If you do want to support the channel, see unboxings and just random stuff, then there is my Patreon. It's down in the links down below, and also on the banner and all that sort of stuff of the channel. There's also, please go and if you're on Instagram, go and find me, the_vaping_biker. I'm really proud of a lot of my Instagram pics. I recently put what I think is a pretty badass kind of Stormbreaker pick up. I was trying to go for a bit of a, because of the font on here, I was trying to go for a kind of a Game of Thrones kind of vibe to the picture, and but no, go and check that out. I've spent a lot of time trying to get some decent little pics up, and throw me a follow there. That'll be splendid. If you're new, make sure you do hit that subscribe button and the bell so you know when stuff happens, and I will see you very soon. Don't forget, no Monday Night Live next week because it's the second Monday of the month. There will be one the week after. The first and the third Mondays, I had to figure out which fingers I wanted to use. The first and the third Monday of the month is when Monday Night Lives are going to happen moving forward, unless there's something particularly special that, like an interview or something like that comes up in the meantime. But otherwise, we're going to try and push on and actually get some reviews out. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Make a change. But there we go. Right, on that note, I will find the finish button. What am I going to vape on now? I'm gonna blow a sick cloud with this little puppy. Thank you very good night. I will see you very, very soon. Have it larger.